Welcome to the Haven for Soul Care, the podcast where we explore the art of nurturing the mind, body, and spirit. Each week, we bring you inspiring stories, insightful conversations, and practical tips to help you create a life of balance, peace, and purpose. Whether you're seeking guidance on personal growth, wellness, or simply needing a moment to reconnect, this is your safe space. I'm your host, Brianna, and I'm so glad you're here. Let's dive in and take care of the soul. Welcome to another episode of the Haven for Soul Care. I'm your host, Brianna, and we have a special guest. This is the month of February, so I'm excited because this is the love month. And we are starting it off with Christy Kearns. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, that is
Good.
correct.
Good. And so she is a matchmaker, and I'm excited to have you on here because as a single woman myself, I'm ready to dive into what you do. And I know a lot of the ladies are excited to hear more about what you do. And let's just get into it. Let's get into the juiciness of matchmaking and see what kind of stuff we can find to perhaps help us. Um, those of us who are on this journey of singleness. So, Christy, I'm gonna turn it over to you and let you introduce yourself.
Okay. Well, my name is Christy Kearns, and the company that I work with is called Luma Luxury Matchmaking. And it's a wonderful company. Our goal in what we do, our whole focus is to help singles on their journey to find a special relationship and to find love. And this is perfect that we're having this conversation, being that it is February. And of course, my favorite holiday of the whole year is coming up, Valentine's Day, where we all get to celebrate love. We get to appreciate what that just how great it is to have love, have someone special in your life that you can really share it with. And for those of you who have not yet found your person, just know there is a lot of hope out there. There's a lot of amazing people, and that's exactly why so many people turn to a matchmaker, because they're ready to be proactive and they're ready to find their special connection.
Oh, wow. So what led you to becoming a matchmaker?
It's interesting. It's something that I actually stumbled on many, many years ago. I was very young. I was a sophomore in college, so I was in my early 20s. I was literally just looking for a part time job to help me pay my college bills.
Mhm.
And I didn't even know matchmaking existed. This is back in the 90s. Well, I ended up applying for a job with a matchmaking firm that advertised they were hiring. This is back in the day when you would look in the newspaper
Oh,
and there
yeah.
would be the classifieds. And I called the phone number and spoke with someone, went in for an interview, and I worked. A couple months into it, I just realized what an amazing opportunity it was to work for a company whose sole goal is to help people find relationships, find
Mhm.
love, find someone special to share life with. And I knew at that point in my life, that's what I wanted to do with my life. So I have now been a matchmaker for 26 years. It's the only real job, the only career I've ever had. I love it, and I feel very blessed the fact that I did kind of stumble on it, but I it was meant to be. This is definitely my calling.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's a long time to be a matchmaker. So I'm sure you have a lot of success stories.
We do. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Where I've been involved, I've been responsible for many, many. When I say many, I mean literally thousands of love
Mhm.
couples over the years. I've been to many weddings. I've been in some of the pictures with my clients for their special day. But yes, it's my client's success is definitely my success. I think I get just as excited when I help my clients find love as they do. It's
Yeah.
very special.
Wow. Um, so in in beginning your in career in being becoming a matchmaker, give us some highlights along the way that I guess that I want to say that you highlights where you've grown, some growing points that you've gotten along the way.
You know what? Think back to early on in my career, and I've met so many people over the years. I've heard so many stories, but I remember one that just really touched me. And you know what? It changed me. I was interviewing a lady who came to me. She was single and she was telling me about her story, as all of the clients do. But she had a
Mhm.
special situation. She had a long term marriage. She had been married for over 20 years to a man who was he was very abusive to her. It was a very horrible, horrible marriage. And when I asked her, I said, "Well, why did you stay in it for 20 years? Why did you give this man so much of your life?" She told me the reason was he told her that if she ever left, he would burn down the house with her and the kids in the house. And
Oh,
she said, "I couldn't do that." She said, "I had to stay and I had to endure until my youngest child was out of the house." She said, "And then once my kids were safe," she said, "I was able to tell him I would rather be burned alive than to stay with you."
oh wow.
And she looked at me and she said, "And do you know what happened?" And I said, "What?" She said, "Nothing." She said, "He accepted it." She goes, "We got divorced." She said, "I lived in fear and I gave so many years of my life to this man. And when it came down to the point where I thought it was going to be over for me, it wasn't." And
Oh
it just
wow.
made me realize early on that, you know what, going through a breakup is really hard. Going through a divorce, that's tragic. But there are things that are even worse. And to me, people that choose to stay in an unhealthy relationship or deal with abuse or someone mistreating them, to me,
Mhm.
that is really a much worse situation. So I think that early on in my career, that was a life changing lesson that I learned, where
Mhm.
I realized the importance of being able to help men and women be proactive and to say, you know what, I deserve something better. I believe we all deserve to be happy. We deserve to find that partner who's going to enhance our life, who's going to walk beside us, and who we can make beautiful memories with.
Yeah, and when you said that, it made me think about the vetting process of this. So I want you to tell us what the vetting process is like, and then also, have you had to tell someone that they weren't ready to date?
Yes, we do. On occasion, we'll have a client who comes to us who they believe they're at the point in their life where they would like to date. They would like to start the journey to find their special person, but
Mhm.
maybe they're not really over their last relationship. If they're constantly talking about their ex, or if it's a man and he's referring to his ex as the B word, you know what, that's going to be a
Mhm.
big red flag. You know what, he definitely has some things he's going to need to work on before he can be at a healthy point where we can begin to help him and begin the journey with him. So yes, there are times that we have to tell clients now's not the right time for us to work together.
Mhm. Yeah, and I can imagine some of those clients are probably disappointed because they believe that they are ready. Because even with me, when I have my I'm a counselor, and so sometimes I have people that come in to me and they're ready to start dating, and I'm like, you're not nowhere close to relationship ready. And so
Right.
I when I get the look of you don't think so, and I'm like, you don't think so.
Right.
There's
But
no way you think.
timing is crucial. You have to be at a good, healthy point in your life where you're able to be a good, healthy partner. Because
Mhm.
the matchmaker, we can do so much. We can introduce you to someone you're going to be compatible with, that you're going to have amazing chemistry with. Their sparks are going to be there. But if you have some unresolved issues or you still have a lot of hurt and pain that you're carrying with you, it's not going to work. It's not going to be the best healthy relationship that it could be if you just gave yourself some more time to deal with the past issues and get to the point you need to be at.
Mhm. So, what is your vetting process like? Is it a questionnaire? Is it a couple of days that people are having to go through and meet with you? How's the process?
Yeah, well, our vetting process with our clients that come in, um, what happens is we sit down with them, we create a complete profile on who they are, what they're looking for. We talk about their values, we talk about their love language,
Mm.
how they experience love. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with the 5 different love languages.
I am.
Yes, okay, that's something that, we like to explore with our clients as well because it helps us when it comes to matching them.
Mm-hmm.
We do personality testing with all of our clients. We create mini life bios on our clients, so we really get to know them on a deeper level. Once we
Mm.
have once we have that good strong foundation and we go to work for them, then we're screening and vetting good potential matches for them. And it is looking for someone who is going to have similar values, who's going to have similar goals, someone who's really going to overall be a good potential to explore. Now, as matchmakers, we're good at what we do. Sometimes we hit the nail right on the head with the very first pick, but
Mm-hmm.
oftentimes it doesn't go like that. A lot of times it is a journey. We have to get our clients out there so they're dating and meeting a variety of different people because the ultimate goal is to choose the very best one, and only
Mm.
one can be the very best one. But to get back to your question, as far as the screening and vetting, a big part of it is just making sure that the client as well as the match that we're interviewing, that they're at a good healthy point in their life, that they're not still caught up on a past relationship, that they have
Mm-hmm.
a positive outlook when it comes to love, when it comes to opening up their heart and letting someone in.
Oh, that's really good. And I can imagine that the person going through all of this and when you're coming up with these mini bios, that they're actually learning about themselves on a deeper level as well.
They do. Yes. We've had so many clients where at the end of going through the different sessions, they say, "You know what? I've just told you more than I've told my therapist that I've been working with for 10 years." So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a lot of information. We definitely we get to the root of things pretty quickly, but we're there's a lot to uncover.
Oh, wow. So, okay. So once you go through all of this and you are matched with some people, do you then become more of a coach for your clients, or do you just stay in the realm of the matchmaker?
All of our matchmakers at Luma are also certified life coaches.
Oh,
So
good.
we do both. So yes, we're the matchmaker. We're also the date planner. When we choose a great match for one of our clients, we're going to plan a fun date for them, based on what they enjoy, based on
Mhm.
what their interests are. We do tend to like to do activity dates, something fun where they can actually get out and enjoy an activity together, as opposed to just doing the standard lunch date or dinner date. Sometimes clients prefer that, but for the most part, they're pretty open to trying a fun activity together. They enjoy that. But then after the date, then we're going to get feedback from both parties. We're going to find out, what did our client like about the match? Did they feel the attraction? Did they laugh on their date? Was there good chemistry? Was there good banter? Um, any feedback we can get is going to be helpful. And then we get the same thing from the other person who is on
Mhm.
the date. Once we have that information, then we're able to share with our client how they were perceived. If there was anything, maybe, in a lot of times, what happens when two people go on a date, sometimes there's misunderstandings. They don't always read each other exactly right. And there are so many times when really it was a great date, but maybe one person wasn't sure if it was a good date because of something that was said that they misinterpreted. So, what's
Mm.
really helpful is a third party. A lot of times we're able to uncover that. We're able to get to the bottom of what was said, why it was said, what were the intentions behind that. And a lot of times it makes both parties feel a lot better and they want to go out again. They want to explore things further.
Oh, wow. So what would your recommendation be? So you have your clients have they've met, they liked each other, it was good. What's your recommendation for the amount of dates they should go on before, or do they ever leave? So I guess my question is, do they ever leave from up under your coaching once they've said yes, we want to take this further?
Yeah. So That's a great question, because the way our program is designed, we are going to continue to work on behalf of our clients. They had a great date. That's wonderful. Unless they tell us, you know what, I think this might be the one. I don't want
Oh,
any more distractions. I just want to focus all my time and attention on this person. I want to put my membership on hold. Unless they tell us that, we're going to continue screening and vetting and looking for other good potentials for them. I
oh
would
wow.
I would say on average most clients they'll go out and have at least 3 to 5 good successful dates before they say, "Okay, you know what? I don't wanna see anyone else. I just wanna date this person. This is special. I don't wanna mess it up. I don't want any distractions. Give me some time to cultivate this and see where it goes."
Oh wow. What are your do's? So let's do what are your don'ts? Let's start with the don'ts. What would be your don'ts on a first date?
Okay, so we're going to advise our clients and the matches, don't talk about sex, politics, religion, or past relationships. Not on your first date.
Mhm.
Probably not on your second date either. You know what? Keep it light, keep it fun, have a good time. I always tell my clients nobody likes to go on a date and feel like it's an interview, feel like they're just answering question after question, and then there's another one. Keep it light, keep it conversational, just enjoy getting to know the person. Focus
Mhm.
more on, is this someone I can build a friendship with? Do I like this person? Um, I think that when we take more of a lighter, fun approach, we oftentimes have much better results. A
Mhm.
lot of times, a good, friendly first date leads to a second date, which is much more comfortable. You already have the awkwardness of it being a first date, you already have that out of the way.
Mhm.
Second dates oftentimes turn into third dates, which, go on from there. And before you know it, a beautiful relationship is blossoming.
Oh wow. That's um I think one of the things that I struggle with when I go on first dates is the initial conversation. Um because I told someone once before that it's hard for me to take off my counselor's hat when I'm sitting at a table with someone, right?
Mhm.
And so I'm listening to someone. I'm a very good listener, and so sometimes I'm hearing the things that's not being said, the kind of where they want to say, but they don't say it all the way, and I struggle with bringing it out because I'm one who would say, "Well, tell me more." I'm leaning, "Well, tell me more about that."
Mhm.
Um,
Right.
and so I struggle with that because sometimes it will get into a conversation about a past relationship.
And that's really just better to stay away from that topic right in the beginning, because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times it can turn just kind of dark, negative, and it's kind of the opposite of what we want for the first date, which is to be
Mm-hmm.
fun, which
Yeah.
is a lighthearted, enjoyable time. But what you just explained, a lot of our clients deal with that. What do you talk about on a first date? So, what we would
Mm-hmm.
typically advise is talk about the things that you're passionate about. What are some of the things that going on in your life that you feel good about? Um, and it can be your hobbies, things that you enjoy doing. It can be a special vacation that you recently went on. It can be someplace that you're really looking forward to going in the near future. If it's
Mm-hmm.
something you feel good about, you're passionate, it's going to come across with good energy, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what you're going to want,
Yeah.
especially on your first date.
Yeah. So you have luxury on the end of your company. Uh
Mhm.
I am bad.
Luma, Luma
Luma Luxury.
Luxury. Yeah.
So what makes it luxury?
Luxury, it really is defined by all of the attention that we give our clients and all of the attention that goes into planning special dates for them. We're there with them every step of the way. If they have any concerns along the way, we're going to be there to help them take care of it. This is definitely, there are matchmakers out there where they take on hundreds, if not thousands, of clients at a time. And it's just very little individual attention. It's more of kind of like the McDonald's of matchmaking, so to speak. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
Luma and what we do, there's a lot of time, a lot of support, a lot of attention that goes into it. We have dating coaches who
Mm-hmm.
assist the matchmakers. So if we have a client who needs some help, maybe they need to do some practice dates, that we're going to connect them with one of our dating coaches who is going to use her tools to help them fine tune a few things and really make them the best dater they can possibly be. She's going to help
Right.
them get rid of the butterflies, get rid of the things that maybe is standing in their way of them having a good time on the date.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't leave any stone unturned, and that's really why we consider it luxury matchmaking.
Oh, good, good. Because I know there are some services where, and I asked that question because if the audience, if they think like I think, the first thing that came to my mind is, are these for wealthy people? Do you have to be wealthy to sign up, for your services? And because there are some services where billionaire and things of that nature, and I'm like, well, do you have to, be wealthy? So thank you for explaining that.
Yeah, and that's a great question. And just to let you know, anyone can go to our website to lumasearch.com and fill out their profile. There's no charge for that. We would love to have any of your listeners or yourself, any single people who would like to join our free singles database to be considered as a great match for one of our clients that we're doing
Oh.
a search for. And when it comes to our proactive search clients, our service, it is an investment. The membership programs, depending on the length of the program and um, how many matches we're going to be introducing them to, how much coaching they receive, if they're getting a professional photo shoot. There's so many different things that can go into it. But the membership programs start right around $10,000 and go
Mm-hmm.
up from there. So it is an investment. Not all of our clients are millionaires. We do have a fair number that are. However, we also have clients that um, have, I guess, more of a normal. They're a hard worker, and most of
Mm-hmm.
our clients do make good money. They're
Mm-hmm.
financially stable,
Mm-hmm.
and that is one of the things they're also looking for in a partner. They're looking for someone who is going to also be financially stable. And I'm a firm believer two incomes go a lot further than just one.
Yes.
And when you're both on the same level, you can enjoy a similar type of lifestyle, going on trips, going on nice vacations, enjoy
Mm-hmm.
doing things together.
Mm-hmm. And I think when you decide to invest in yourself, especially in something like as serious as if you're trying to get married or to have a lasting relationship, I think the investment is worth it. When you want to be matched with somebody who cares just as much as you do about your future together. So I think that's very important.
Yeah. And you know what? When it comes to dating, you're going to spend the money one way or the other. There are other things you can do instead of investing with a matchmaker. There are people that go to the bars and they try to meet people that way, or they try the online dating apps. Um, and of course, there's going to be some pros and cons. Some of those things are less expensive. However, when you look at how long it can take, how many good years of your life you might invest in
Mm-hmm.
trying an avenue that isn't going to yield the results you want, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times people find that it just financially, even it makes sense to invest in a matchmaker to really help you find what you're looking for, expedite the process, so you
Mm-hmm.
can mission accomplished. Then we can have our celebration.
Yeah, yeah. And you really do with some of these other little sites that are free, especially those that are free, you're just gonna get what you get. You get what you get.
True. Right.
Because a lot of these sites are the ones, and I just have to say it, a lot of these sites are the ones that you see on the news where someone went on a date with someone and they might not made it out safely from the date. So I think it's
Right.
worth it.
Yeah.
So um I want to ask you a question. What is one of the with the people who come to you guys, what is one of their chief complaints be when they get to you?
Before they start the process,
Hmm.
before they
So
start dating?
yeah, so like, okay, Christy, I'm here and I've decided to do this because X, Y, and Z. I've tried X,
Mhm.
Y, and Z. So what's one of the biggest things that you hear when people decide to come?
You know what? A lot of times people come to us, they're very burnt out on the dating apps. A lot of people have tried that. They've given it their best try and they just weren't happy with the results. And over the years, I've had so many conversations with people. Some of them, it goes really bad. Like you're mentioning, some end up in very scary situations where it's very unsafe. Something bad
Mhm.
happens on the date. I've talked to women who have been swindled out of thousands of dollars because it was a complete scam. And here they
Mhm.
opened up their heart to this person and it didn't even end up being the person they thought they were communicating with. So a
Mhm.
lot of times people say, you know, I just can't do this anymore. I don't want to be single. I know I want to find my partner, but I just, you know what? I can't do the dating apps anymore. It's too scary. It doesn't work. I think last I heard the success rate for using a dating app and it leading to a good, healthy, long term relationship, it was somewhere between 5 and 7%.
Oh,
Was
wow.
really, really low. So that's definitely a big frustration of a lot of people. There are
Mhm.
others who come to us and they say, you know what? I'm at the point in my life where so many years were spent investing in my career. And before that, I was investing in my education so I could get my dream job. And you know what? I've accomplished this, this, and this, but I haven't found that special person to share my life with. I know
Mhm.
who I am, I know what I'm looking for, and I'm ready. I want to expedite the process and I don't want to waste any more time. Uh,
Yeah.
and then there are others who come to us who, um, you know what, they're in a situation where they're more introverted and they have a hard time opening up. They're not really comfortable just showing up even at like a meetup group where they can
Mhm.
meet new people and talk and introduce themselves and try to cultivate friendships or getting to know people. They need that extra help. They need that matchmaker. They need the dating coach. They need someone just to give them um, what they need, the knowledge, the tools, the resources, and then get them out there so they're dating, so they are meeting people.
Yeah.
Those are probably the three biggest different situations we see with people that come to us.
Yeah, I think that's good because as you were talking, I was sitting here thinking about, you guys are really doing the hard work. We're just meeting the people and finding out what you already know, but you already know these people are safe.
Yeah,
They are who they say they are. We're
yeah,
just taking the time to lay the foundation of friendship if it's meant to lead to a relationship and potentially marriage and or whatever else the person is desiring in life. So that's good. I like that. Yeah, as you were talking, my mind just a lot of times I see things in pictures, and so if you see me, um, the audience knows. So sometimes I'm staring off, but I'm seeing things in pictures like, oh yeah, yeah,
mhm.
yeah. So that's really neat. I'm excited about this. So we want to go to your website. I want you to give us the website. It is going to be in the description for people to go and sign up for. I'm excited. I may try it. We're going to see. We're going to see. Um,
Okay.
yeah, and see how it goes because I think in this day and time it is much safer to put the money together and to invest in people who are going to do the hard work for you versus finding out 5 months in, a year in, that the person that you thought was your dream person is not who you thought they were. Because there are tons and tons of stories over and over and over where women, as you said, been scandal or taken for their money or I mean just or sometimes they're not even coming out alive in some of these situations and it's getting scarier and
Yeah.
scarier by the day. So if you can tell us your website for those listeners who are perhaps driving or they're not looking down, they can write it and visit the website.
Yes. Our website is called Luma, Luma, search.com. lumasearch.com. And Luma stands for Luxury Matchmaking.
Good. Luxury. And you're going to get all of the perks. When you said headshots, so you guys offer professional headshots?
We do professional photo shots with
Wow.
some of our membership programs. Yes.
Yeah, you can't get no better than that right there. That is really good.
Yeah,
So, and then you get your own coach to coach you along the way. So I'm excited, for my listeners, and I'm excited for everybody for because again, this is February, the month of love, and Valentine's is right around the corner. For
yep,
those who will hear us before Valentine's and even after Valentine's, there's always next year. We got several holidays coming up. Matter of fact, we got Mother's Day and we got birthday, some of you, and we got Christmas coming up. So, we want to get on there and try to find our special someone before perhaps this year's up.
that sounds great.
So again, thank you for everybody for joining us. Christy, thank you for joining us. I appreciate the work that you do. You've been doing it for quite some time, so I know that you enjoy it, and I know that you have lots and lots of success with your clients. And so until next time, let February be the month that you find the one that you love and the one that is going to love you back. Until next time, we'll see you then. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Haven for Soul Care. We hope today's conversation has provided you with the encouragement and tools to take care of yourself and embrace the journey ahead. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing, rating, and sharing it with others who may benefit. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. Take a moment today to nurture your soul. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.